Tonight, 100 Australians from all walks of life are standing by to face the nation's biggest and smallest questions. Like, how many of us wear sunglasses indoors? I'd do the same if I had those babies. And how many of us have ever signed a prenup? Also, Neighbours actor Olympia Valance bravely faces the 100 to find out how many Australians recognise her. It's all coming up on Andy Lee's Big Ol' House of Facts. Now, the name on the screen's better. Good evening, I'm Andy Lee and welcome to another episode of The 100, the show only made possible by the 100 beautiful people up there that perfectly represent the cross-section of Australia. So according to the stats, 43 people up there call roadside assist just to change a tyre.
Oh.
Yes. Would you do that, Katie?
Yes, you sound like that's wrong, Andy. What else would you call them for? Oh, I know, when I've run out of petrol. That's the two top reasons.
I think it's strange. I mean, I think some of us call roadside assist a little bit too quickly. See, it's fine. Tonight, I'm joined again by three Aussie comedians. First up, stand-up comedian and commentator of Eurovision. Welcome for the first time, Joel Creasy.
Thank you.
Next to him, radio royalty and a regular on the project is Kate Langbrook.
Yes.
And finally, we dropped him in a park 12 suburbs away last week and he somehow managed to find his way back. It's Mike Goldstein.
I got back.
You got back.
Let's jump in to our first round. The Spring Racing Carnival is kicking off in Melbourne and Sydney. And to make this even more special, the Victorian government is decriminalising public drunkenness from Cup Day. Isn't that incredible? So to celebrate this potentially sloppy milestone, we're going to open the show with the same skill as this guy opens a beer. To be fair, I mean, the beer is open. Let's have a look at the stats on alcohol. Hands on buzzers panel. 33% of Australians need alcohol to do what? Joel?
Live.
Someone applauding.
That was my father.
No, not live. 33% of Australians need alcohol to do what? Mike?
Operate heavy machinery.
No. Mike?
To get through Christmas with your family?
True, but not on my card. Probably a higher percentage. 33% of Australians need alcohol to do what?
Go on a date?
Go on a date. Mike's got it.
Wow. Yes.
Of course.
Kind of makes sense.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Who in our 100 perhaps went a bit too far with the pre-drinks before a date? Anyone willing to admit? Hannah.
Hi.
Hi, Hannah.
How you going?
Yeah, good. Safe spot. You look a bit nervous, but what happened, Hannah?
So I was out on a date. It was a first date with this guy and he was a bit vanilla. So I threw in a comment suggesting we should go to a strip club. And then we ended up going and we were watching these ladies strip off naked in front of the stage. And then a few more drinks in, I suggested we should get a private red room with one of the strippers. So it was me, my date, and this stripper getting naked in front of us in a private room.
Wow. Can I ask, will you marry me?
Yes.
Wow.
Amazing. Lovely to meet you. Thanks very much for joining us.
No worries, Andy.
There you go. 33% of us need alcohol to go on a date. And a lot of us just have one cheeky one to take the edge off before going.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
You should see the size of the dishwasher.
Mike also wants to marry her.
Yeah.
All right, next question. When it comes to alcohol, 23% of Australians don't what? Kate?
Care where it comes from.
It's probably true, but no. 23% of Australians don't what when it comes to alcohol?
Drink at all?
He's got it.
Oh, really?
That just didn't cross my mind as a possibility.
It didn't cross Joel's mind at all.
I didn't know that's a thing.
That's nearly a quarter.
The number of people in their 20s who don't drink at all has doubled in the last 2 decades here in Australia. Isn't that incredible?
I think that's because they've seen those that have come before them.
That might be true.
Yeah, we all grew up watching you on telly.
All right, moving on. What is Australia's most popular beer?
Is it VB?
No.
Oh, I'm out of beers. I don't know anymore.
Oh, is it Tooheys?
No, not Tooheys, no.
No.
Mike.
Whatever makes cricket interesting.
There ain't no such beer.
I'm trying.
4X.
No.
Oh.
From up north, though.
Right. Oh, up north. No, got no idea. Oh! No, I've forgotten again.
Great Northern?
He's got it.
Yeah.
A Great Northern mid-strength beer is now the most popular beer in Australia. And it's perfect for every occasion.
Cheers. Big ears.
That car looks pretty shook up. I hope they tap the top of it before they open it. Anyway, next question. Which industry drinks the most alcohol during work hours?
This is probably wrong, but someone told me hairdressers.
What?
I think.
Or maybe that's hard
I
drugs.
think we can tell.
No, not hairdressers. Which industry drinks the most alcohol during work hours? The top one makes sense to me.
During work? A sommelier?
Ah, well, hospitality. Yeah, I'll give you that one, yes.
Oh, hospo,
So obviously, if you're
okay.
behind the bar, one for you, one for me kind of thing.
Drink.
The other two, what is the second and the third industry that consumes the most alcohol during work hours?
Housewife.
Housewife.
You know, got to knock the edge off the brutality of the day.
Yes, true. But no.
A real housewife of Melbourne.
Yes, they'd be the top. No. Have a think. Other industries. One is startling to me.
Tradies?
Construction
Oh,
is three.
construction. Okay.
That's hot.
10% of construction workers
Yes.
in Australia consume alcohol during work hours.
Really?
But have you got the middle one? Any other guesses?
No.
Stand-up comedians.
Finance industry.
Oh my
Finance
goodness.
workers are the second biggest drinkers at work, which surprises me because a lot of them seem pretty boring. Something tells me it might not be alcohol, actually, that one. Next question. 15% of Australians enjoy their wine from where? Kate.
A box.
She's got it.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. 15% of Australians enjoy their wine from a cask.
What?
Yeah.
Do they enjoy it, though, really?
Let's see, is there someone up there that wants to defend drinking wine from a cask? Caroline. Hey, Caroline.
Hi. Cask wine you can take anywhere. I've got a handbag where you can actually put the cask in and it just passes as a normal handbag and I can take it anywhere.
Is it tough, though, to pour yourself one out of your handbag, Caroline?
I've got it. Hang on. Give me half a
she's
sec. I'll
gonna
just get it.
demonstrate.
Okay, yeah, great.
I'm not surprised that it's on hand.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's got a spout.
Look at this little
That is incredible.
Caroline, where have you taken that in the past, that bag?
pony club, trade shows, picnics, school functions.
Caroline, thank you so much for joining us. Hands back on buzzers, guys. After drinking, 15% of Australians have ended up where? Joel.
In a stranger's bed.
Reveal a lot about ourselves on this show, Joel.
No,
Is that the
my
answer?
parents, what am I doing?
Yes. Mike, you buzzed in.
In Joel Creasy's apartment.
No, after drinking,
See you again.
15% of Australians have ended up where, Kate?
ICU.
The emergency room. I'll give it to you.
Come on. Nailed it.
Oh, normally via Joel's apartment.
Yeah, 15% of us have ended up in the emergency room. So alcohol can lead to a lot of accidents. It can also lead to a lot of excellence, though. Sometimes the universe just wants you to have one more. It's the end of the round, but before we go to the break, has anyone in the 100 landed in the emergency room after drinking? There is? Well, we'll hear that story straight after this break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the 100. Before the break, we found out that 15% of Aussies have ended up in the emergency room after drinking. And Alex was one of those. Alex, what happened?
Well, it wasn't actually me that ended up in the emergency department, but my sister and I went to the races here in our hometown, and we left her kids with my sister-in-law. And about 2 or 3 hours into the day, we got a call to say my sister's daughter had fallen off the trampoline and suspected to break her arm.
Right.
So obviously, you know, the sun was shining and it was a nice day at the races. So my sister was like, "Oh, I'm sure she'll be fine." Probably just a sprain. So we left it. Another couple of hours went by. Obviously, more champagne, and then my sister-in-law rang back and said, "No, she's definitely broken it."
Like when a horse breaks something, did you have to put the kid down?
Bring up the cover.
Alex, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's move on to our next game. This one's called Celebba Really? In this game, we'll speak to members of our 100 that have been told they resemble a celebrity. Panel, you have to try and figure out which celebrity they look like, or they've been told they look like. Let's start with our first lookalike. I believe we've got Stuart.
Oh, hello, handsome.
Stuart, OK. Any early ideas for Stuart, guys? Joel?
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
No, Joel, he's not a North Korean tyrant, I don't think.
Shane Jacobson, if he worked in IT.
No, not Shane Jacobson. Are you an actor?
That is one of my many talents.
OK.
Oh,
American actor?
Yes.
okay.
I think I've got an idea.
I think I do too.
Katie?
Is your surname a colour?
You would be correct in that assumption.
Oh.
You know it.
Well, it's not Snow White. It's Jack Black.
She's got it!
Well done, Katie, you get the point. Let's have a look at the comparison. Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Fantastic. Well done. Thank you so much, Stuart. From Stuart, we're going to Kelsey.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Rhonda Birchmore.
Truly? Rhonda Birchmore?
Not quite.
Not quite. Mike?
Lindsay Lohan before drugs?
Could be. I mean, are you an actress?
Yes.
Are you a mermaid? A little mermaid?
I wish.
No.
I wish.
Amy Adams?
Really? I see it so clearly. Are you an Australian actress?
I am.
Oh,
Nikki Kay, Nicole Kidman.
Yes! Joel gets the points on that one. Well done, Joel. And let's have a look at the comparison. Oh, yeah. I mean, you're a younger version, Kelsey, but that is spitting image for me. Well done. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you.
From Kelsey to Chad. Chad. Mike.
A guy that really wants to tell me about crypto and Joe Rogan?
They're being unfair to you, Chad. Are you an actor?
Yes.
Are you, no reflection on your looks, but are you a dead actor? No?
What do you mean by that? Oh, as in, they've passed away?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes.
So, are you still alive?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Okay.
Is it Kevin Costner? If he were dead?
No, okay. Are you in action films?
Yes.
American actor?
British.
Okay.
British in action films.
Oh, I think I might get an inkling here. Did you do a movie where we saw a lot of your body a lot of the time?
And what was the name of that movie?
Yes.
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 And were you alongside perhaps 299 other people?
The 300.
Possibly.
Gerard Butler.
Yes.
Oh, well done, Mike. Let's have a look at the comparison. Oh, yeah. Same nose. And the same eyes. You're not buying it over there, you two.
Well, no, I was just confused. Was he the one who just did the whale?
No, that's Brendan Fraser.
Oh, OK. I was terribly confused.
OK, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Dad. Let's go to Hannah. Oh, we've met Hannah already. Before everybody jumps in, what line of work are you in?
I'm in teaching, primary teaching.
Oh, sorry, no, you're the person you look like.
Oh, yeah. Good for your students to know you're going to strip clubs.
True. Sports. OK, a sports star.
Anna Kournikova.
Oh, and a...
Oh.
But are you a tennis player?
Yes.
Mike.
Sharapova.
Yeah. That's
Oh, Mike, well done. Let's have a look at the comparison. Oh, yeah. Nice one. Thank you so much there, Hannah. Good to see you again. And finally, time for one more. We've got Stella.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I think I see it straight off the bat. Mike?
Queensland Kate Hudson.
No. Stella, I see an actress, and it's definitely the eyes and a little bit the nose.
Oh. Uma Thurman.
Stella?
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Mike. Let's have a look at the comparison. Yeah. Stella, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for playing. Mike gets the points for our final one. We've got to get to a break. We'll stick around because we'll find out how many Aussies have a prenup and how many have never, ever taken a COVID test. It's on the other side of this break. Later on the show, Neighbours actor Olympia Valance drops by to find out how many Aussies recognise her. Brave girl. See you soon. Welcome back to the 100. The show one better than our rival, the 99. Anyway, the scores are up there. It's tight at the moment, but plenty of points still up for grabs. Let's play Pick the Percent. In Pick the Percent, we asked the 100 questions across a whole array of topics. It could be how many of the 100 didn't read the terms and conditions for being on this show, or how many will soon know that I own the rights to their life. Anyway, panel, your job is to guess how many of 100 will answer yes to these questions. Let's get started. On your digipads, what percent of the 100 have a mistake on their birth certificate?
Oh.
How many Australians have had that happen to them? 100, pop your answers in.
Wow.
Are there any mistakes on your birth certificate? Panel?
Many?
You wouldn't
Pop your answers in.
What are you doing?
100 popping their answers in. Results tucked away. What do the panel think?
What did you say?
Oh, bit split. You thought just 4%, Joel.
Yeah. Does it happen that often?
Well, I suppose parents would be tired when they've got to fill up those type of forms.
Yeah, this isn't really my area.
Mike, 10% for you?
There's one of mine. It says I'm female. No, it's true. But in my defence, it was super cold in that delivery room.
Let's see how many of our 100 have had a mistake on their birth certificate. 8%. Mike gets the points.
That's a lot.
Well done, Mike.
Out of 100, yeah.
Let's hear from one of those 8 people. Who up there has had the mistake? Karen.
Yep.
Hey, Karen. What was the mistake on your birth certificate?
It's actually my sister's birth certificate.
Oh, yeah.
Mum had named her Deborah. Dad was given the privilege of giving her a middle name, and he chose Pookie.
Pookie?
Pookie.
How are you spelling that?
P-O-O-K-I-E. Mum didn't know about it until the paperwork arrived to say, here's the birth certificate for your daughter. Nothing was said for years.
Oh, wow.
Problem is, my sister, when she went to get married, couldn't find the birth certificate. So she had to apply to the UK to get it. She got it. When she opened it, it said Pookie.
Oh.
So was that when your sister found out that she was originally a Pookie?
Yes, correct.
Incredible. Karen, thank you so much for joining us.
Pookie.
I love that.
I love Pookie.
This next question is a throwback to the much-loved pandemic era. What percent of the 100 have never taken a COVID test, do you think? Reminder, we've got every state and territory up there.
So Byron Bay's up there.
Byron Bay's up there, yeah. Regional, it's perfect representation of Australia. So how many up there never, ever took a COVID test, do you think? Results are in. What did our panel come up with? 15%, mate.
Yeah, I mean, why would you test for something that was made up by the media?
The clap was for the joke, not for your stance, I hope. Kate,
It's turned into a different show.
Yes,
Andy.
hasn't it? 3%, you reckon?
I reckon.
All right, let's see how many of 100 have never taken a COVID test. 2%, Joel's got it exactly right. The testing expert. So there you go, you can avoid COVID tests, just like you can avoid roadworthy tests. This next question is about hedging your bets. What percent of the 100 have a prenup, a prenuptial agreement? Arrangements sorted before marriage.
I wish I had one.
100 pop your answers in. How many of you up there have a prenup?
Wow.
How many
Would it be more than we think, Andy?
I don't know the answer. I'm about to find out. Results are in.
Oh.
Yeah, I've mucked it up.
Joel!
I've mucked it up.
25%.
Well, I've had a recent call with my accountant and and it's just a bit front of mind at the moment, hence why I went high.
OK, great. 7%, Kate.
I think so. I mean...
What makes them icky, do you think? Some people have that reaction to it.
Just to have that conversation would be just
difficult.
Terrible, don't you think? Don't you think, Andy?
Well, Mike, what do you think? Let's see how many of our 100 have a prenuptial agreement. 0%!
Oh!
Mike gets the points by default. Kate, you mentioned that you wish you'd had one, maybe a joke.
So I was making a little joke.
Well, let's see if there's people up there that do wish they had one. I mean, is there someone up there that did argue over an item after a divorce or breakup? Michael?
Hey, guys, how are you?
Yeah, good, Michael. I know this isn't a fun topic or area, but so thanks for sharing with us. But what was...
Scott Morrison.
Well, now I'm offended.
Michael, what was the item that you guys argued over?
Okay, so it's not actually me. I work as a behavioural therapist with men.
Oh.
And I come across some very interesting conflicts over time.
Yep.
And one of the most interesting ones was an argument or fight over custody of a gnome.
Oh, what, like a garden gnome?
Like a garden gnome. And I think it ended up costing the guy about $5,000 in legal fees to secure the custody of this gnome.
Oh, wow. Now, I know a lot of these conversations are privileged if you're working in those type of areas, but are you able to tell us why was he so attached to the gnome? Was it as itself, or was it a win that he wanted to get over his partner?
Yeah, it was a win.
Yeah.
It was a win, so... It was a very hollow win, I think.
Yeah, he did win in the end. Michael, thanks so much for sharing. Really appreciate it. That's fascinating. Next question is for the clumsy ones. What percent of the 100 have been stuck inside something?
Oh, good.
It could be partly or entirely stuck in something. It could be a finger.
I have been, so I can only go off my own stats.
There you go.
Yeah.
100 pop your answers in.
Okay.
Panel do the same.
Inside something.
Results in from our 100.
Hey,
Come on.
I wanted to go around the 70% mark,
You
and I
do.
thought, I'll have a bit of
Bit of fun.
you know? Dinner for two.
As we say on the 100, a lovely way to end an evening. Just, you know.
All right, 100. How many of you have been stuck inside something partially or entirely? 32%. Katie gets the points of that one. Incredible. 32% of us have been stuck inside something. So if you do see any of them, make sure you help out.
Oh. Oh.
That's lovely.
Oh, no.
We must get to the break. Stick around. There's plenty more to come. Don't go anywhere. it's now time for this. OK, sitting next to me right now is an absolute Aussie legend, waiting patiently to see how many of the 100 know their face. So let's introduce this famous Aussie. Hello, famous Aussie.
Hi.
Are you daunted?
This is awful.
A lot of people agree to do it, not realising that this is part of it.
I did not know that this was part of it.
Yes, but you'll be fine. We'll get through it. I mean, there's a lot of different people that have
100, I'm thinking 2%.
2%. OK.
I know this famous Aussie. Is it? I don't want to, get ahead of myself. But...
Don't lead in the witness at all, by the way.
I promise.
No.
But we're friends.
Yeah, I know you.
OK, good. OK. Well, I said that to Amy Shark the other day, and she didn't seem to agree. So.
100, you've seen our guests tonight. How many of you recognise that face? Pop your answers in. 2% the bar. All right,
I love how
results.
you're scared to look at.
I know.
Results coming in. 34%.
Oh, that's all right.
That's good. Yes. I mean, if you think about it, it's meant to represent the cross-section of Australia. That's like 9 million people. That
Oh, God, I was dreading that.
Well,
All right.
can a member of our 100 tell us who our famous face is this evening? Hayley.
Hey,
Hayley, who is it?
this is Aussie actress and model Olympia Valance.
It certainly is.
Hey.
Actress and model Olympia Valance, welcome.
Thank you.
we've
God, I
got-
can breathe a little easier now.
We got through that part. OK. On these cards are questions that I've written. You haven't seen them yet, but I've written for you to ask the 100. Yes. Panel, your job is to guess how many of them will say yes to Olympia's questions.
Oh, OK.
OK.
All right.
Take it
Okay.
away.
I played Paige Smith on Neighbours, and during that time I had a secret pregnancy, escaped a fire, and was arrested by my own fiancé on my wedding day.
Pause.
That's a lot.
This is the best storyline I've ever heard. I've got the clip of the moment.
Oh,
God.
fantastic.
Yes, let's have a look. Oh, Katie, you used to write on Neighbours, didn't you?
Oh, I did, but I didn't get to write that kink fantasy.
That's not even the worst of it.
Wow.
And Joel, you've been on Neighbours.
Yes, I was Mick the Gay Stalker.
Were you guys... Really?
We did have one scene together on my very first day.
Do you remember him being on
Yeah.
Neighbours?
I do know that he was on it.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Is it Holly Valance?
Very good, very good.
Olympia, what's the rest of the question?
Oh, how many of our 100 have had at least one of these things happen to them?
Pop your answers in, 100. How many of you have had one of those things? A secret pregnancy, escaped a fire, or been arrested by your fiancé on your wedding day?
OK.
100 popping their answers in. Panel, how many of our 100 have had one of those happen to them, do you think? Results tucked away. Let's see what the panel came up with. Wow, Mike, just 12% for you.
Yeah, I'm just hoping there's one person up there that all three things have happened to.
That would be magical.
Right?
All right, 100, how many of you have had one of those happen to you? 44%.
Oh, my.
Joel gets the points on that one.
The neighbour's brain.
Well, let's hear from one of these 44. Anyone willing to talk to us about them? Lorena.
Hi.
Hey, Lorena.
Hi, Andy.
Which one was it?
Two, actually. I had a secret pregnancy and was caught in a fire, had to escape a fire.
Oh, wow. Talk us through the secret pregnancy, unless they both happened at the same time.
Yeah, that basically they almost did. So I had my third child in the end of January 1985. And when I was breastfeeding, I breastfed for about 6 months and I started to get sick. So I went to the doctor and I said, look, I'm really sick, haven't got my period yet, hope I can say that word.
I reckon.
And he gave me a pregnancy test. He said, you're not pregnant. I don't know what it is. Maybe you're just stressed, just nerves. And so, look, by the following January, my little fella was just about to turn 1. I thought, this is ridiculous. I'm not back to my normal self. I have to go and get proper checked. So I did. And he just looked at me and in shock. got the little machine, put it on my stomach, and you hear this little heartbeat going,
Oh, my gosh.
and he said, you're pregnant.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh. And was the child okay? Did you have this other...
Yeah, he's fine. He's now a healthy 37-year-old, and he's the fourth of 6 children. So he's okay.
Incredible.
But what about the fire?
You want to hear the fire as well? Okay, how's the fire situation?
Okay, so I was at my dad's house, and the house caught alight, and it actually did burn down to the ground. I grabbed my son, and at this stage, I'm, 8 months pregnant. So I run out the door, go to get across the wire fence, and I fell, holding my third son in my arms.
What?
And of course, the trauma of that landing on the ground and landing on my stomach threw me into labour. So he was delivered then that night. He came at 8 months. So
Neighbours wrote this about you.
I know. I will never think that the Neighbours scripts are far-fetched again. That is an incredible story. Thank you so much, Fiona.
Thank you.
I'm glad you asked about the fire.
Goodness
Incredible.
me.
Olympia, the next question, please.
Oh, Andy. I used the exclusive celebrity dating app, Raya, to find my partner.
Pause. Do you guys know about this? There's an app called Raya. It's quite exclusive. You have to pass the test. I think you have to even be recommended to use it, don't you?
I'm pretty sure you have to, put a resume in and you have to get recommended by someone that's already on the app.
Yes, you found your partner, Tom. This is you on your wedding day with him. Beautiful. Yes,
gorgeous.
exactly. He arrested you shortly after that.
Yeah.
You can complete the question.
Has anyone dated a celebrity?
Oh. Tom Bell-Chambers, a famous Essendon football player, is who you've ended up with. 100, pop your answers in. How many of you have dated a celebrity?
Are we like rooting a math star? Is that...
That counts.
Yeah.
Okay, that counts, yes.
So the definition is broad.
Broad,
Okay.
broad. 100,
All
pop
right.
your answers in. How many of you have dated a celebrity?
Is there a bogan dating app called Straya?
There should be.
And I'd also like to think that the gays, we really revolutionised dating apps because that Grindr really changed
Started
the
it
game.
off.
Yeah, absolutely. And no, the lesbians had the Bunnings store locator app.
Very poor sausage sales at Bunnings on those days.
But a lot of scissors.
All right, let's see what the panel came up with. Just 7% for you, Kate.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think,
Did you ever date a celebrity?
well, my husband's dated one.
What was her name?
Let's see, how many of our 100 have dated a celebrity? 2%. Kate gets the points. Just 2%.
Wow.
All right, final question, Olympia.
So my husband was recently in a professional boxing match. How many of our...
Pause for a second.
Yeah.
Wow.
This was brutal. I'm not sure if you saw
Wow.
it, but 2 ex-AFL footballers punched on in a match.
It was at Margaret Court Arena.
Yeah.
It wasn't something small.
Wow.
And Margaret Court would not have liked 2 men getting up close and personal.
It's true.
She didn't like any of what happened in the ring. She did not like it.
Olympia, what's the end of the question?
How many of our 100 are worried when their partners go to work?
Pop your answers in, 100. How many of you worry when your partner goes to work? It might have been the line of work
Yeah,
that they're
that's
in.
a lot.
So your partner has to go to work.
I too am grappling with that concept.
Pop your answers in, panel. Results are in from our 100 panel. What'd you come up with? 29% for you, Kate?
I think so because I went coppers,
Yep.
paramedics,
Firefighters.
yeah, anyone medical.
Yeah, I agree. Mike, 15%.
15%. I'm worried when my partner goes to work, but just because she works with a bunch of guys who are more attractive than me.
Different type of worry. Let's see how many of our 100 worry when their partner goes to work. 15%. Mike gets it exactly right. Incredible. We've got to go to a break and we've got to let Olympia go. But is someone willing to tell us why they worry when their partner goes to work? There is? Well, we'll hear that straight after this break. But please thank Olympia Valance. Thank you so much for coming in. You were fantastic. And we'll hear that story straight after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the 100. Before the break, we found out that 15% of our 100 are worried when their partner goes to work. And we've got a chance to chat to one of those people, Sonia.
Hello.
Hey, Sonia.
How are you doing?
Why are you worried when your partner goes to work?
Well, not anymore, but I used to be married to an abalone diver.
Oh!
And it was before mobile phones. So if he was, like, stuck on the beach, I'd be thinking, has he been eaten today?
Yes. It's really dangerous, apparently. Was he free diving or was he using tanks?
No, they have a compressor on the boat.
Yeah.
So, you know, an average day dive, maybe underwater for 7, 8 hours.
Really?
So there'll be a boat up above with a decky who just follows them around and makes sure the air supply keeps coming.
Yeah. And if that compressor fails or if that person on that boat...
Yeah, if the
something happens
decky
to them,
lets you down.
it can be really, really dangerous.
One diver I knew, his decky did let him down. He forgot he was there and he just took off.
Oh, no.
And he was having some sort of episode. You know, they got over it. Everyone survived and he went away for a while.
I can understand. Wow. Sonia, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Incredible. We wanted to bring tonight's show home by looking at the stats on etiquette. And there's a lot of grey area when it comes to etiquette. I mean, sometimes you open a door for someone and they don't really appreciate it.
Don't go back to the car.
Don't fuck up the Mercedes. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
I love how the bear steps back as if to say, your car's ready, sir. Let's have a look at the stats on etiquette. Hands on buzzers, guys. 53% of Aussies think you should check before bringing what to a social event? Mike.
Your emotional support snake.
You're really close.
Oh.
Oh.
Mike.
A pet?
He's got it.
A pet? Oh.
You check before you?
Yeah. Is there someone up there that's just happy to take their pet anywhere? Mary.
Hi, Andy.
Mary, what kind of pet do you have?
Well, I had a little puppy at the time. She was about 2 or 3 weeks old and she needed to eat every couple of hours. So what happened was one night my sister and my niece, we decided to go to the movies. And so we kind of got my makeup bag, put her in there with the little bottle and her little blanket and snuck her in.
Wow.
And then at some stage she wanted to eat. So I was feeding her. Then she wanted to, do her business. So I put her on the seat next to me and she kind of peed on the seat.
Oh, my word.
What?
This has been an extraordinary show for Bags. We've got wine in one, a dog in the other.
But hang on, isn't this the etiquette show, Andy?
Yes. Yeah, that doesn't pass etiquette for me. But thank you for sharing, Mary. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So there you go. Half of Australia thinks you should check before bringing a pet to an event, and I can see why. All right, next question. When riding in an Uber, 37% of Australians do what? Joel.
Avoid conversation with the driver.
He's got it. Well done.
Yes. Oh. I don't, and it's not the Uber driver. I don't want to talk to anyone ever.
Yes.
It's exhausting. I don't know why I looked at you when I said that.
I'm devastated.
No, I love you, but I don't want to chat.
Yeah, I get it. You know, some Uber drivers make it really hard for you to talk to them. Next question, guys. When talking to Siri, 38% of Australians do what? Mike.
Fall in love because it's the only woman that will listen to them.
No.
Believe that Siri is trying to have an affair with my husband.
Really?
She's so helpful to him and she's so shite to me.
Well, maybe Peter's doing this, which is why Siri likes him more. 38% of Australians do what when it comes to Siri? Kate.
They say thank you.
She's got it.
They say thank you.
Back on your buzzers, guys. When eating at a restaurant, 10% of Australians always do what? always do it. Mike?
Oh, awkwardly say you too when the waiter says enjoy your meal.
Yes. Not that, though. When eating at a restaurant, 10% of Australians always do what?
Tip.
She's got it.
Only
10%
tip.
10%
And they only
always
tip. The 10% only tip 10%.
Yeah. Are you tipping more, Joel, every time?
I thought it was 20%. Oh, no, that's my manager's commission.
There are some things that'll guarantee you never get a tip. I'm not pregnant, but thanks for the eating for two comment. Yeah. And I think that's Matt Preston's handwriting. It's the end of the round. But I'd love to know, is there someone up there that's been on the end of a good tip, like a big tip, a super generous one? Anyone in our 100 had that happen to them? Oh, we do? A few. All right, let's check in with one of those straight after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the 100. Before the break, I asked if anyone up there had received a big tip from someone during hospitality, and Jessica has. Jessica, hello.
Hi.
Jessica, where were you working?
I was actually working in a supermarket.
Wow. How many tips do you get at a supermarket normally?
I only ever got one.
Right, talk us through it. Did someone put together through a lot of groceries and decide that you did it really well?
So basically, when I was 18, I had a lady who would come through every Friday with a big shop. So we'd always have a long chance to chat, I suppose. And I was saving for a Europe trip and she gave me a $1,000 tip.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Amazing, Jess. Thanks so much for joining us. We've reached the end of tonight's show, so it's time to announce our winner.
Oh, my goodness.
I think I've got it.
And our winner tonight can go into any Audi dealer and select the car of their choice.
What?
Yeah, we're not buying it for you. You can select it, though.
Say Audi or Aldi?
Yeah, either or. That honour goes to Mike Goldstein. Yes, that's enough applause for him, because it's not about the people up there, over there, it's about the people up here, our 100. And tonight we've talked a lot about etiquette. I've never been a fan of the prim and proper, so I'd prefer to finish the show by finding the 100's least refined person.
Oh.
100, listen up. If any of these statements apply to you, leave your camera on. Otherwise, switch them off. Here we go. If you regularly swear, leave your camera on. OK, we didn't lose too many people there. If you talk with food in your mouth, leave your camera on. OK, lost a few more. If you've never used an oyster fork, leave your camera on. Oyster fork. The search for the least refined person. OK. Oh, I thought we'd lose more with that one. If you haven't set foot in a gallery in the last year, leave your camera on. Otherwise, goodbye. There's a couple of them waving. Right. It's a rougher bunch than I thought. OK. If you use the same wine glasses for red or white wine, leave your camera on. OK, you going. Need more questions. If you've ever been to a restaurant barefoot, leave your camera on. A couple of people, or plenty.
I'm not surprised by someone.
Oh.
Down to 2. Do I need another question? No. Oh! Oh, no! Chiara! I'm sorry to say you're our least refined person this evening, but the good news is you've earned the right to sign off tonight's show. What would you say? It might be a risk, actually.
I hope my whole family is watching because I told them to. And I had a really fun tonight. and thanks, Australia. Bye.
Oh, good. Not a swear word at all. Seems lovely. Amazing. Thank you so much. Also, a big thanks to my fantastic guests, Joel Creasy, Kate Langbrook, and Mark Goldstein. If you want to be a part of the 100 up there, be a part of the show, not just watching it, go to the 100.live to register, and we'll see you next week, Australia.